Australia has really done a good job in the last 50 years in increasing its yield, increasing food production, dealing with environmental problems. These problems are really becoming commonplace around the world. I think the world is looking to Australia as a developed country, and to others, to really help them use some of these successful techniques and apply them overseas. Now, it's not just a one-way street, because that means there is a real demand for Australian expertise, for consultants, for scientists, for academics to help and work in this area. It also creates an awful lot of goodwill between government, where people see that Australia is contributing positively. More students will want to come to Australia to learn these subject areas, and that brings in money for the universities. So I think it's really all part of being a member of the global village and contributing to what are not national but international issues. So I just feel we can't afford to overlook this. It would be tragic if we didn't continue to invest in this area of aid. Well, I think the critical thing for Australia is that we do have a lot of experience in managing a very dry continent, and that ranges from adopting new and innovative measures of dryland farming through to trying to make the most of what water we do have for irrigation, and at the same time not forgetting the environment. We have projects funded by the Australian government, but which are truly collaborative. They take place in an overseas country. They have overseas scientists from that country, maybe international scientists from the International Water Management Institute or equivalent, and they have scientists here in CSIRO or in the universities, and sometimes they have farmers on the ground here. We're living in a world which is becoming food insecure. We're talking about a population of probably at least 9 billion by 2050. Current estimates from the FAO and others suggest that we've got to increase food and feed production by about at least 60% to feed that number of people in the next 30 to 40 years. That's no mean task. And that leads really to the third area, which is important for Australia, and that is this one of security. If we can't, national security, if we can't deal with these issues of food security in many of our neighbouring countries and elsewhere around the world, we're going to see increased civil commotion, uncertainty, disturbances, and sometimes that may lead to government changes which are not for the best, and as we've seen elsewhere, that has led to mass out-migration from some of these countries, which is putting great stress on our borders. So I think there's a sort of national imperative here that as a wealthy Western country, we should be investing money in food security because benefits are both ways, as I've explained.